Shalom, everybody. This is Rabbi Dr. Stuart Darrellman at Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls. I've just recently returned from New York City. I go there, it's like the fountain of youth for me. When I go there, I feel 30 years younger. Really, I do. At least 30 years younger. It's the city of my youth, and actually, I was about 28 years old when I left New York, so it's more than 30 years ago. And I get revitalized when I go there. While I was there, I was at a conference and firmed up some arrangements with a couple of congregations. It turns out in the next year or two, I'm going to be doing Messianic Worship Workshops at a number of key congregations in our country. And I'm really excited about that. In the 1980s, I used to do Messianic music workshops. And these workshops that I'm going to do now involve music, because that's one of the things I do. But that's not all. It's going to present an entire philosophy of worship for the Messianic world. And we call it Kvod Shamo. Kvod Shamo means the glory of his name. It's a phrase that's used in a few places in the Tanakh, and one of them is in Psalm 29. We sing it in the synagogues. Havu l'Adonai b'nei elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kvod shmo, hishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh. Psalm 29. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings, ascribe to the Lord the glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord kvod shmo, the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of holiness. In Divrei Hayamim, Aleph in First Chronicles, that appears again. And there it says, bring an offering and come before him. Well, what kind of an offering do we bring to God now that the temple is gone? What kind of an offering? You'll say the offering is Yeshua. No, that's the offering through which we come into the presence of God. But the offering we bring him, Hebrews tells us, is the fruit of lips that acknowledge his name. Pris Fatenu, as it says in the book of Hosea. We bring him praise, an offering of praise. And that's part of what this workshop will be about, but that's not all. As I say, it's going to be a whole philosophy of worship, because worship is priority one. Yeshua said the Father is seeking worshipers. Our tradition reminds us, Shema Yisrael, Ad Hashem Elokeinu, Ad Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. It's priority one. So this workshop is all about worship, and I'm excited. Some of you have been asking me to share some of my new music with you, and I thought I would share just one song right now. It comes at the very beginning of our services. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. There are other melodies for that. Here's mine. And in keeping with the tremendous privilege of coming into the presence of God and the anticipation and excitement of meeting with him, this is a rather happy song. I hope it'll make you happy. Here's Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael, v'ani b'chastecha, avu v'techa, mishtachaveh el heichal kodshecha, hanini be'emet shecha. How good your tents and your dwellings, Israel, the tabernacles and temples where you dwell. I worship in this place where I come to seek your face. I love it where the Holy One abides. How beautiful beautiful your courts, Adonai. How beautiful your courts, Adonai. All right, and it's off and running from there. That's one of the songs I'll be sharing with the worship teams from these 3 congregations. Maybe more congregations will line up to do this. I'll be sharing about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 songs and a whole philosophy of music worship and of the whole context of worship, not just music and not just liturgy, but what goes on in our hearts and our minds, what we anticipate. I won't tell you all of the content of this workshop, because if I do, then why bother coming? But I just wanted to share that music with you. And now, for those of you who have been nudging me about doing some music, there's the reward for your nudging. Treat me nice, and maybe I'll do some more. Here at Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls, and where we're after VOD Shemo, the glory, due his name. Shalom.